This is my first workshop video, and I'm still optimizing my lighting, camera angles, and other technical issues. So I thought I would pick a simple, basic repair for the subject of this video. We use these two bar stools in our dining room at the breakfast counter. Underneath each metal base is a plastic ring that is supposed to protect the floor. Unfortunately, the plastic rings are quite brittle, and one of them recently broke and fell out. I found a piece of 1/2-inch plywood in my scrap bin, so I decided to cut a couple of circular pieces and glue them to the bottoms of the bar stool bases to protect our maple hardwood floor. The inside diameter of each base is a little over 14¼ inches, so I cut a couple of plywood squares 1/2 inch larger. Next, I marked and center punched the centers and then drilled a 1/8 inch diameter blind hole in the center of each square for registration on my homemade circle jig. I set the distance between the bandsaw blade and the circle jig registration pin to 7 1/8 inch, which is half of the 14¼ inch diameter of the finished discs. Then I cut the circles on the bandsaw. Perfect fit. I put a new 120 grit disc on the sander and then smoothed the edges of the plywood. I find that plywood dulls rudder bits quickly, and since these bases will be on the floor and won't be seen, the edges don't need a perfect radius. I'm going to glue felt pads to the bottom of each plywood base, so I used a pencil and speed square to make some registration marks. I prepared the metal bases for gluing by wiping them with a cloth and isopropyl alcohol. I used PL 9000 construction adhesive and clamped them overnight. Next day I removed the clamps and applied the felt pads. The pads are called Flexi Felt and came from Lee Valley Tools. Normally I would have painted the plywood bases flat black, but I decided to leave them unfinished. I think the raw plywood will be less likely to leave a mark on our hardwood floor if somebody drags the stool across the floor. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.